Hello and welcome to week 3 of the Europa Doubles series. Joining me today is none other than the beautiful man, Nighty Night. Welcome.
Hey man, what's going on?
Going great. It's going good. We've got some tasty Halo action lined up this week. First up, we've got some round 3 matches. We've got ZhuhSpeny playing against Penguin Core and Exertos of Omojo Gaming, who have been a surprise package so far and are unbeaten currently in the league. So it's going to be some good matches here.
Yeah, these guys have done an amazing job. I got to see a lot of them in the qualifiers, and them matching up together today should be an interesting one. I don't know exactly what their matchup record is. I don't know how they've done in the past, but both of them have a really good win record on all the maps that they're playing today. So this one should be pretty tight.
Yeah, funnily enough, these two teams have played against each other before in the qualifiers, so ZhuhSpeny came out on top on that. As we look now at the schedule, Omojo Gaming up against ZhuhSpeny first, followed by LAGR and Demonica. And then we'll be jumping over to Division 1, where we have De Niro GG versus Black and White, and then Cartel GG versus Bread and Haggis. So some beautiful matches today.
Yeah, hoping for some exciting ones because we've seen so many good ones so far. So it's going to be hard to, top some of the things we've seen already. So many things have been really spicing up in the league so far. So it's really hard to keep that up going further into the league matches.
Yeah, talking about the league matches, let's have a look at the table now for Division 2 and see where all the teams lie. Now, Jump Out Gang, they're in first place. Omojo Gaming, there they are in second place. They've only come through the qualifiers late on and have shocked everybody and have gone unbeaten thus far. There's ZhuhSpeny in fifth, and they will be looking to get one over on Omojo Gaming. Like I said, they beat them in the qualifiers, so we'll fancy their chances here today.
Yeah, and you got to say, Jump Out Gang, that's going to be one that really sticks out because they were by far one of the best competitors. Shabby has always been amazing to me. He's one of the guys that's really stuck out as a rising star. I think he's going to do amazing in Infinite, and also, of course, Lunny. He's had the light on him for a while now.
Yeah, it looks as though that nobody can put the brakes on Jump Out Gang for the moment. They're steamrolling right to first place, and we'll be looking to get into the promotion spots come the end of the season. We'll be looking to get this game underway any moment. Let's switch over to the best of 5 here and see what way it's going to go down. What's the way do you see this going, Nighty?
Oh, man, 2 regrets right there. You already have one team, whichever team feels the most comfortable on that map is easily going to take it if it goes the distance. But then if you've got a team that is really powerful on Plaza, Truth, and Rig, then that immediately is going to go to them. So if it's immediate 3-0, I definitely could see, Truth and Regret play so similar. So it really depends on how well they play that type of map. But we're going to really get to see a good peek of that in the beginning of this Regret map. But how you approach this Overshield is huge.
Yeah, Regret, of course, and more of an arena-style map. So it's all about setting up for these Overshields as Exertos is down bottom middle and immediately putting shots onto the boys on ZhuhSpeny. Zuh just whips in there, gets the Overshield, and that's bad news if you ask Exertos as he falls. Now Penguin Core trying to desperately stay alive, hustle and harry and stay out of there. As opting to just wait a moment before going hunting for him as he now re-engages that fight. Penguin Core now full shield, and Penguin Core doing a great job of staying alive there.
Yeah, and he had 2 decisions right there. He could have just left that player down bottom middle and just let him stay alive, or he could have just gone after him right away. But he was kind of stuck in both decision makings, and he hesitated big time, and that cost his teammate his life. And ultimately they're still in the lead. They still have Overshield control, and he does pick up another kill. But it's tiny plays like that and tiny decisions like that that lead to bigger differences in the score ultimately, and gains a lot more momentum later on in the game. So you already can tell that plays like that, whether maybe he's not warmed up, maybe he's just not feeling it right now, but that he needed to immediately jump on that player from the get-go. But right now we've got some top middle control this is a priority. Top middle, you always want to make sure you stay here. This is not a map where you want to be just falling bottom middle all the time.
Yeah, top middle control is pivotal, but if you're ZhuhSpeny, you're in a good spot. You're in the lead. You don't have to come up and fight just yet. You can make them come down to you, make them bait them in. As Spenny does get a trade there, as Exertos taken down, but then Zuh gets a big 5, and now they've got top control, and the map's transitioned back in their favor. 7 kills to 3, and in my predictions the last couple of weeks, I've bet against the Mojo Gaming, and Both weeks they've come out trumps. So this week I have again bet against them. So am I gonna continue on my, I suppose, doubting of Omojo Gaming, or do they have the talent to take down a team like ZhuhSpeny, who last week did take down Jersey Esports in a Game 5 thriller, and they'll be looking to maintain that form going into this one.
I don't think it's so much that you're doubting the players. I think it's just you're giving so much credit to a lot of the other teams, because a lot of the other teams do look so strong, like ZhuhSpeny. And you're just thinking that their team looks a lot better, which obviously they do, 8-3 right now. But, Omojo, they are here for a reason. They're in the league, and they can hang with these players. They just need to start getting a rhythm, start learning exactly how ZhuhSpeny are going to be playing this map.
ZhuhSpeny doing a great job of baiting and switching. Xertos was completely focused onto Zhuh there, and Spenny snuck around the backside and took him down as Penguin Core picks up a nice tasty 5 onto Zhuh. And is that the catapult now that they need to get some map control here? Spenny just opting to stay top middle and stay alive. Maybe just prolong his death.
Yeah, that was a situation right there where Spenny, if he had played it wrong, could have really resulted in a nice reversal of momentum. But he didn't. He played it well. He hid and waited for Zhuh to come back, and Zhuh made the correct plays, taking that player off of top middle.
That's another overshield over to Zhuh. That's back-to-back overshield for ZhuhSpeny, and Omojo Gaming are really going to need to get the timing down for this, or they're going to be in a world of hurt, as so often is the case. If you get overshield on regret, you have a massive chance of winning the game. Zhuh now jumping up at the bridge, trying to get that advanced movement, just fails. Put some shots down. He just happened to find an enemy player down there. I don't think he was expecting it, but there he is. As Xertos almost took down the overshield player, now down to one shot. As Penguin Core has a little peek at him, but this time deciding wisely, cleverly, I won't engage, but now immediately Zhuh puts the pressure on, gets that information that player is weak down there, and in turn Penguin Core gives the information that Zhuh is down there, and a grenade falls down towards Car 1, sails down, blows up in Zhuh's face, but he just manages to stay alive as he had a sliver of health.
I love that play. He dedicated the read. He just watched that one angle and knew his teammate was going to come up behind him. And that way they got the perfect pinch and was able to take him out really fast. So that confidence in each other's decision-making is also a huge factor in ZhuhSpeny taking this one, so handily. They're doing a fantastic job. Even right there, Spenny was able to, miss a few shots because the enemy team is just flustered right now. They're really getting overwhelmed with teamwork. They're not hitting the shots they need to. And right there, you see Zhuh once again cleaning up Spenny's kills. They're always on top of the same target.
Yeah, just too much pressure for Omojo Gaming, it seems, right now. Although they're getting a kill, they're almost always paying the price with both their lives. As Zhuh again picks up another lovely little kill. Top middle, drops down bottom middle to stay alive. Now Penguin Core has top middle control, but how long will he have it? Because every time they seem to get up there, they lose it very quickly. Zhuh now top blue. Doesn't know that player's gone into the attic. He just peeks for a moment. He's stuck, but not in this case. Spenny now, will he opt to stay alive? Will he engage this player top middle all alone for just a brief moment? He does, gets the kill. Doesn't realise that player's car side. He does now as he receives some shots from there. Grenade also will get the hit mark as Zhuh comes in. Teamwork coming through again. This player's isolated all alone on car. 20 kills to 8 in a minute. A long road back if you're Omojo Gaming. Top middle, Spenny staying alive. Plasma pistol in hand. Gets that kill. Zhuh gives him the information that player's absolute bottom middle. Spenny drops on it then. It's a 1v1 top middle, it would seem. As takes on Xertos. Shots go down. Xertos wins this battle, but then crucially again, Nighty, there's Spenny to get the kill.
And that's kind of their strength as a team, is their individual play. Omojo has just been trying to force those battles with each other. They're trying to get a lot of different angles on the map that are away from each other for some reason. They've got a interesting play style, because you see right there, their shots are fine, but when they're getting team shot, they obviously are not going to be able to have the same type of advantage. But individually, they're doing great. They're just not sticking together. They're not really getting the right timing down. They're not really focused on the same people pretty much ever. I mean, later on here in this game, you've already seen it right there. Both players dipped onto two different targets. Penguin really just waited. He saw that his teammate drop down. He didn't drop down with him. Just a lot of miscommunications and not really on board with, the same game plan. They really need to next map, make sure that they know exactly what each other are going to be doing.
Yeah, 25 kills to 13, and that was a pretty convincing win any which way you try and shape it. Zuh 15 kills to 6, almost going triple positive, and Spenny 9 assists. So them guys, it's just a teamwork. Individually, you can be you look over at the stats there, you see Xertos has 2100 damage, but when your teamwork isn't as up to scratch and you're not in sync and you haven't got that chemistry, that natural chemistry with your teammate Penguin Core, who struggled with only 1200 damage, almost half the damage of Xertos there. But Zuh and Spenny came out strong in map number 1.
Yeah, and I've got to highlight this is that the regret map ratio, win-loss ratio was 6-0 for Omojo. From the qualifier to the first weeks of league play, they have not lost regret. That was their first loss on regret.
Yeah, that's their first regret loss, and there will be deep regrets, because if they were so strong on regret and they have lost it here on map number 1, then what does that say for map 2 and 3? Is this going to be a clean sweep, or can they bounce back?
Well, honestly, with the amount of confidence that I have in ZhuhSpeny, I'm thinking that this is probably going to be a 3-0 from just what I've witnessed game 1. Like I said, though, it could be a warm-up. They could have just got back from, doing the groceries or doing some chores, or, maybe this is their first time on for the day. Who knows? Omojo might just need to be getting their heads in the game, just getting ready for, this level of play. Sometimes when you're playing against a more difficult opponent, because ZhuhSpeny, they've been playing against much better teams, is my guess. I think that they're just playing against, they've been playing against some of the top dogs, so that's why their ratio is probably a little bit different, because they were only 3-2 on regret. Like, they'd only won 3 times, they'd lost it twice. Meanwhile, Omojo was one of the only teams that hadn't lost a game on regret, so it's very confusing to look at it like that. Once again, some teams are playing better matchups, and every team is different. So to have such a crazy score line right there, if Omojo can pick it up right here and get themselves back into this one, I can probably predict that game number 5 might be a whole different story.
Maybe you're saying different matchups and different map results have gone in favor of Omojo, and maybe not so with ZhuhSpeny. And you're saying maybe touching upon maybe the caliber of player was different. Maybe the league position maybe flatters Omojo gaming for the moment, as well as they're in second place and unbeaten. But ZhuhSpeny are joined 5th or so, and they look to be so far dominant against this Omojo gaming. But this Plaza map might be a difference, and some teams come out strong, and it's not an arena style map, and it's more angles and stuff, and you can more bank on your individual skill over your teamwork and your individual battles coming up trumps. As Spenny gets a kill onto Penguin Core in the kill feed, and Xertos also falls. That's a double kill for Spenny. As you see, Zuh goes top middle, and immediately gonna go glass now. See if he can put some pressure onto those spawners. We have a player at yellow ledge, and Flowers watching back, so he's watching back tram area. The player is going to be weak and drop down, and Zuh has caught him with his pants down here. Should be an easy kill. And he made hard work of it, and he also dies because crucially, that player got a melee onto him and took him down to no shield. So Spenny's driveway now, well, maybe just look to stay alive and wait for his teammate to get back up again.
Yeah, and looking at the statistics a little bit more, is that ZhuhSpeny are very strong on this map. Throughout the qualifiers and their league play in Europa, this is their best map for sure, and they probably will be playing the best on it. But right off the bat, I mean, you see that Omojo is doing much better on here than they are in regret, so it's interesting to see how that works out, looking at the numbers alone. But looking at the gameplay, we're seeing here Spenny not putting the
Spenny's got some lovely bit of movement here by Spenny. Has he been watching this shot? Oh, Xertos shuts him down though. That was lovely movement, as the player was completely unaware that he was there. Instead of jumping onto the lamppost, great use of those clamber and spring jump mechanics, as Zuh secures himself a sniper rifle and will look to peel some wigs.
What a reversal. I mean, he should have probably had that fight, but I think he was a little bit too weak. Sniper is going to be taken out. That's not good. You don't want to be over challenging with the sniper like that. I mean, you are comfortable. You have a little bit of a lead, but at the same time, that is a power weapon. You want to be using up as much ammo as possible. Like, yes, you might not be getting the kills, but at least you're not letting the other team use up those shots.
I think that might be a misplay on the part of Penguin Core, as he died all alone by himself, and just after they secured sniper rifle, but he's not going to pay too much for it now, as he's got sniper rifle, 1 bullet left in the chamber. He's going to look towards light rifle, see if he can get anybody pushing out, getting a little bit over aggressive. Spenny thrust slided just a moment ago, and And Penguin Core been watching the angle. He might have got himself a little headshot. Zhuh's on glass. Spenny's around light rifle. He just takes the shields off his both players down to absolute. This is where you need to get aggressive. Really put the pressure on. There we go. 1 kill falls. Now Hunt. This is where you hunt Zhuh. No, don't get caught unawares. That's big kill from Zhuh. And that's Omojo Gaming really didn't need to give that kill up. Oh, a stick. Oh. That's a beauty. Little Kobe.
And that's going back to saying the timing for Omojo. Omojo's timing is so off. Like, they do not push together. They don't shoot together. They're just not in sync as far as, you know, making sure that they're communicating where they're pushing, when they're pushing. And it's very apparent from their gameplay. Penguin now going to make sure that he gets back together with his teammate. That's a good sign. That's some good habit building right there, making sure that he gets shoulder to shoulder here. We've got the sniper rifle coming up, and now they need to make a big push.
Do we think the comms over in Omojo Gaming is... We've all had these players in, whether it be arena, matchmaking, or competitive, where a lot of players just call out one-shots and don't exactly call out where they're going to push. And it looks as though that might be the case for Omojo, as they seem very disjointed, very separated from each other. And teamwork-wise, Speny and Zhuh are much the better team. But as you see again, ZhuhSpeny picks up a kill on Speny, so their individual skill is not lacking whatsoever. It's just when it comes down to the fundamentals, the teamwork, the bait and switch, watching different angles, it's just not there for them.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very happy with what I'm seeing as far as their individual game. Their mechanics are great. Their movement around the map is fine. Their shot is really good. Their accuracy is good. They're backing down in a lot of different battles. It's not like they're over challenging or anything. So they do have the fundamentals of Halo, competitive Halo down. It's just their level is not quite up to par with Zhuh and Speny. Zhuh and Speny are just outperforming them everywhere. But look at the scores, only 17-14. So that does say a lot for Omojo. Omojo have very promising, that I'm not sure what that play was about. He could have gotten away, no problem there. But ultimately, there was a trade grabbed, and they're coming back into this one. We've got the OS about to be up. There's going to be a fight for it here shortly. They're going to immediately get top yellow and blue. He needs to back down from that. That is not going to be good. He does get shot by his teammate, so that's going to keep his shields down for a little bit. This player does push it. That's a very good push from him. I mean, he's probably going to get double teamed, but that's a good aggressive play coming out of that player.
Lovely play from ZhuhSpeny, and it has to be said for Zhuh. Both players recognized each other were weak, and now Penguin Core gets the overshield, and what can he do with it? This is where you need to drive home that advantage, start hunting for them players almost immediately. As
yes,
no doubt, Zhuh and Speny have probably got themselves the plasma pistol.
Yeah, that OS is going to be draining, so you definitely want to be as aggressive as possible.
There it goes, just like that, it's gone. They've isolated Penguin Core, and maybe if ZhuhSpeny had the overshield, it seems to be having a much better game, a much better series so far over Penguin Core. He seems to be struggling just a touch. He's 5 kills and 10 deaths at the minute. Doesn't always tell the full story, but it can give you a little bit of insight into the picture of how the game is going. ZhuhSpeny 12 kills.
Look at that rotation. Look at that rotation right there. They knew that those players were pushing, and instead of engaging in battle, they knew the sniper was up, and they were just like, forget it. We're just going to go and we're going to grab the sniper, and we're going to get set up on the opposite corner of the map. And we have the 2-kill lead. We're just going to play this a little bit slower. We're going to play the long game, and there you go. It ended up paying off big.
They've almost completely flipped the map there, Nighty, as Penguin Core and ZhuhSpeny were set up on sniper rifle and started to rotate and try to get some kills with the overshield. And Speny just decided to rotate around garbage truck, get that sniper rifle like you said. And just like that, you've lost sniper rifle and your overshield is gone. So any advantage that you did have in terms of positioning or indeed power weapons, power-ups, is now gone. It's dissipated. 20 kills in 17 game is slowing down just a touch now. 4 minutes and some change left on the clock. And if you're ZhuhSpeny, you don't have to do anything here. Force the mistakes from Omojo Gaming here as Penguin Core shoots the barrel. Maybe we should head over towards Speny, who has a sniper rifle. He might be pivotal in what's about to happen, what's about to go down as he's taken down to half shields by the guy in dip. He didn't need to peek that again. He could have stayed exactly where he was. And I said the sniper rifle player could have been pivotal. He might have been getting some shots, but there's ZhuhSpeny with a lovely little 5 sniper rifles down on garbage truck. Is anybody going to opt to drop down and get it over OS?
OS about to be up anytime soon, so the fight here is going to be pivotal. They need to win this one to secure that power-up and to gain the lead.
I'm going to try and stay alive for as long as possible here. Speny takes a kill onto Penguin Core. Zhuh's all alone here on Prius. Lovely bit of movement as he tried to stay alive, but
no.
Got the kill anyway. Speny's top middle towards sniper side now, as they do the setup towards that overshield, which will be dropping in about 30 or so seconds, maybe 40 seconds. You know, ledge sniper rifle in the hands of Spenny, it would seem. Maybe out of ammo just now. 21 kills to 20. This is a close one.
Yeah, this one looks a lot better, and it's very surprising seeing how ZhuhSpeny, this is their best map overall. 22-21 here, only 3 kills to go. Spenny playing this one slow. He gives away his position with the grenades, so he takes a different route. He
takes the fight, though.
Exactly where that player is and grabs.
He loses it.
Oh, no.
He's lost the fight there, and now it's all tied up as ZhuhSpeny frantically throwing grenades. Overshield is up. Penguin Core just falls. Zuh, massive kill top middle. Has the PP already. Snipe shot comes through from Spenny. That's an overshield for you. A 3-bullet sniper rifle and 24 kills. You only need 1 more kill. You've got overshield. You've got sniper rifle. Guys all alone in hotel, and he's going to get isolated here. And he's going to get picked off. There it is. That last play was so important, so crucial there. 25 kills, 22. That could have gone either way.
Yeah, that was a really big play, and that's where ZhuhSpeny showed up. They showed why they're at the top right now. They really are very clutch. Like in a lot of the situations, you'll see that they lose individual battles, but when it matters the most, they really do come up with the smartest play and the best decisions so far in this matchup, from what I've seen. And in a lot of during the qualifiers as well. They're just very good, what I see as tournament players.
6 kills and 12 deaths for Penguin Core, and that's not a great showing from him in map number 2. And the game was so close. You always think if he could have just got 9 kills, and that would have been a totally different story. And 9 kills isn't exactly, you know, playing out of your skin, Nighty, but Spenny, 13 kills and 11 deaths. And Zuh, 12 kills and 11 deaths with 7 assists, crucially, as they just came out on top, and just a little bit too much. They got the edge.
All right, and for the next one on Truth, we have 7 wins coming out of ZhuhSpeny on this map. So they have the most wins on Truth. So they also have 5 losses, though. So they do have the most practice on Truth. So I'm sure that they've matched up against this team at least some point. They've played them at least once. They know exactly what their strategies are going to be, their tactics when approaching the camo. You see right there, camo is going to get burned. Double kill out of Spenny. And that's exactly how you want to grab the camo. You don't want the other team to have it. Yes, you do want to take advantage of it, but that initial start when both teams have a balanced approach to the power-up, that's key to make the other team not have it.
Yeah, Spenny took a less traditional route there. Instead of going his side of P, he wrapped around bottom middle and really caught that player unaware and was able to get a camouflage and a big double kill as well. And he started this game off with a bang as back-to-back double kills. That's 5 kills to 1. When we touch upon you're talking about the Truth. Last week, we had a game 5 with ZhuhSpeny against Jersey Esports, and map number 1 was Truth, which they won, and map number 5 was Truth, which they won. So they won twice last week on Truth. So they do that again and repeat, and they're off to a great start here. If they do that again, it's going to be a clean sweep, and Omojo game will be looking to bounce back maybe week number 4.
Yeah, it definitely could have been wrong. This could actually be their best map. Sometimes losing actually makes you more successful. Again.
Spenny's on a tear here. He's got no assists, but he's got all the kills, and he's yet to die yet. 2 more kills. He's on a frenzy. He seems to be feeling it here on Truth, as him and Zuh just seem to be running through the competition, just steamrolling. Look at that. They're really utilizing that buddy system very well, and Spenny's just jumped out here, crucially, a little bit too soon and caught off guard as Penguin Core takes the kill onto Zuh. And this is where you need to bounce back and get some momentum here if you're on the side of Omojo.
Yeah, and that's the aggression that you need to see out of Omojo. Omojo jumping into the enemy team's spawn. That was almost perfect timing. He didn't fly in there immediately so that he blocked the spawn, and then he didn't come in too late to where his teammate was already dead. So that was very good. We need to see a lot more of that. 8
kills to 4. Zuh, he's on a goose alert right now. I don't think it's going to last, but just soon we'll touch on it now, because it's not often you see Zuh when there's 12 kills on the board in a game that he has no kills. But this game slows down, much like it did last week, where Jersey Esports were trying to get a little bit of information, but ZhuhSpeny were too clever and too wise to come out and challenge them, and they have the lead. And crucially here, Omojo need to go to them.
Yeah, they've got the top mid control, but that's not going to do any good if the red team, if ZhuhSpeny aren't pushing out. And we've got some great shots coming out of Rudy here, but Rudy just needs to get a little bit better positioning right there. He showed up on radar, and they immediately took him out. They could also hear his thrust, and They knew exactly where both players were coming from. That wasn't the best of pushes, and that's exactly what we've been harping on the entire match. Is like, hey, you guys have got to push together much better than this. Otherwise, it's just going to be a landslide every time.
Yeah, those sort of pushes and relying on your individual skill might work against lesser skilled players, or maybe teams that are on an equal skill level to you. But when you're playing against players who just have that teamwork and have that shot to back it up as well, not a recipe for success to keep making those plays time and time again. I was very surprised. We've seen Xertos had grenades to maybe get some information when he was P-side, to throw them into the basement and throw them up into the attics, but opted not to do so. But had he maybe thrown them to get some sort of information, get those hit markers, identify where those players were sitting, we might have had a different story there. No radar, of course, so they would not have been able to know where those shots were coming from and where those grenades were coming from. Only had instinct to go off. As Zuh, he's in the P attic. He's just gone top middle, trying to get away from this player, Penguin Court, who is top base. And now Xertos, he's pushed up the street and he's looking to get a little pinch action going on here onto Zuh. Spenny gets a lovely stick onto Penguin Court in the kill feed. That will do. Xertos cleverly, he says, I'm out of here. That's my teammate down. I don't need to get a 2v1 situation. Penguin Court just off the rip, put some nice shots on the Zuh, but crucially could not get that finishing shot to find the head of Zuh. Again, Spenny's killed Penguin Court, and he's being isolated. He's being found out every time someone seems to fall. It's Penguin Court at the moment.
And look at Zuh's confidence across the map. He was no shields. He gets a player shooting him after he's already challenging a player across the map, and it immediately starts to shoot him down to a weaker state, allowing for his teammate to pick up both kills. Like, he was such a huge distraction right there. He knew that he wasn't going to be cleaned up, and he just took both of the fights. He's so confident right now. He's going to jump into this fight. He's going to try to take this double. Just looking at this
windmills.
gameplay.
There was a little bit of a windmill action there.
Yeah, but when you're playing that aggressive, it puts a lot more pressure on your shot. It's a lot harder to hit those. But, just watching his confidence in general, they are doubling up on the score of Omojo. They know they're about to win this matchup. So that just goes to show that they're going to be throwing away some deaths they possibly wouldn't have earlier on in this matchup.
Yeah, when you see Zuh challenging while he's absolute in that P base, or the P side, but rather... He might not do that when he's not winning so much, but you can be almost that confidence in that league can almost doubly help you as you decide, the other player on the team is really stressing that this player is absolute P side and you just cannot find the headshot to clean him up, and all the while Spenny has free movement, the free roam around the map to sneak up behind you as you're putting so much emphasis on that P side player. And Penguin Core again falls as it's not a great series for him thus far. He hasn't really been able to get anything going. Such as the dominance of Zuh and Spenny at the moment. Top middle, plasma pistol in hand. Will Spenny look? And again, Spenny decides he's not going to back down. He's going to take that fight despite it being 2-3 shots down every time.
Yeah, both of them just extreme confidence right now.
No fear.
And neither of them go down.
None of them paying the price. None of them having to pay any sort of tax after that. As this player is down bottom base, does Spenny know he's there? He gets the shot. You see the shots coming through from Zuh. There's a melee. The player was absolute. It was only a matter of time. The breeze would have killed him. And Spenny is down bottom base. This looks like it's going to be all she wrote very soon, as there's 20 kills to 9. A team grenade comes through from Zuh. Now Zuh looks like he's trying to help out the boys on Omojo Gaming. So
here's a grenade. Sorry for him.
Spenny's a little bit too confident. Here's a grenade to put him down to no shields, and it'll give you boys a hand.
I just got done playing Final Fantasy, and there's a player that's an ex-soldier along with Cloud in it, that your main character that you're playing as, and he actually gives you like 10,000 health when you're about to die because he feels sorry for you, because he wants you to live. Huge double out of Zuh there. You just see the confidence is just astronomical right now. That's exactly what he is. He's just like that soldier in Final Fantasy. He was giving that nade to his teammate. Just give an extra kill to Omojo right now, because Omojo is looking rough.
Is it giving you extra health because you feel bad for? Is it just prolonging your misery at this stage? Is it's 24 kills to 10? Surely Omojo Gamer is praying, hoping just get this game over with and we'll bounce back next week. But there it is, Spenny, 25 kills to 10. Such was the regret game when it was an arena style map. The teamwork and the shot, the coordination from Zuh and Spenny was just far too much for Omojo Gaming.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you expected, right? Like you knew that was coming. That wasn't so as much talking bad about Omojo. You were just very confident in ZhuhSpeny. They look incredible right now. Their teamwork was amazing. Look at those assists, 10 assists out of Zuh. That really was just telling the tale of what these players were doing for each other. They were staying in the fights a lot longer than necessary. So that was allowing them to pick up more assists than they usually would get because they would get those extra shots across the map. They would let their teammate pick up those double kills. They were distracted long enough for both of each other to stay alive.
16 kills and 6 deaths for Spenny. And a couple of weeks ago, he did get nominated for the Sandbag of the Week. And ever since then, it seems to have lit a fire under him as he's gotten positive 10 and was only 2 kills off of killing Frenzy at the start there. So some great displays out of Spenny and Zuh as well, who was on that goose watch for the brief moment, but then he finished on 9 kills and 10 assists before death. So he was on a tear, and the boys take the games 3-0.
Yeah, and dominant fashion too. I mean, game two looked pretty even, but they clutched it up in the end, and that's just a testament to a true tournament player, somebody that's ready to take it all the way, somebody that wants to go to major events on land, play under the big lights, and win some money.
Map 1 and Map 3, they're just the complete and utter dominance. Plaza, there was a little bit, could have gone either way, but then you have to feel that even if it had gone to a game 5 and we would have seen regret again, and it would have just been utter domination again.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, I mean, you never know, honestly, because I mean, that game 2 was really surprising. I mean, game 1 was really surprising, honestly. Like, I just, every matchup, I'm just going to keep saying it. Every matchup is different. Every two teams are going to play differently. That's just the way chemistry works. Like when you've got different, tactical minds up against each other, they're going to be studying each other. They're going to be watching. They're going to be playing each other a ton. They're going to be coming up with some new strategies and how to approach each other. But then there's also meta to Halo 5 that we've pretty much sunken into. There's things that just have not improved because there's no better way of doing them. So we're kind of in this routine, but then at the same time, teams are going to be a little bit different. So it's kind of hard to predict. Right now, I think once we get later on in the league, then we can start to predict a little bit easier.
Yeah, Halo 5 it's often about confidence as well. Sometimes you can have the matchups and just confidence plays a big part. ZhuhSpeny, as you can see, 25-13 on Regret, 25-22 on Plaza, and then 25-10 on Truth. So it's pretty much a clean sweep, and that's the living room tidy for the moment.
Yeah, they took care of business. They knew what they were going to do today, and they did it. They're on the grind. I'd love to see that all these players are definitely putting in the practice and they're putting in the time, and they're getting ready for Halo 6.
Yeah, everybody seems to be enjoying the Europa Doubles series for the time being, that much of a sure. And we will take a short break and we'll jump into the next series as soon as we can. We'll see you in a brief moment.